1. Your crush posted a story. It's not about you, but your brain says otherwise. They didn't tag you, they didn't say your name, not even a cryptic emoji, and yet you're already in FBI mode. That song is about me, right? That passive-aggressive quote is a little too specific. This is definitely a sign. No way it's just random, and the worst part? You believe it. Your brain wants to believe it, like it needs to stitch together a full-blown telenovela from 3 crumbs of social media. Why? Because your brain is designed to find patterns, to connect dots, to make sense of chaos, even when there's literally nothing there. This has a name, apophenia. It's an evolutionary mechanism that used to be super useful, back when danger meant actual lions, not cryptic song lyrics and 12-hour reply gaps. Back then, if the grass moved, you assumed it was a predator, not the wind. Better safe than tiger lunch. The problem, now we've got vague people, shady algorithms, and emotionally unstable Insta stories. But your brain still plays detective. Suddenly every Instagram story is a prophecy. Every silence equals a secret message. Every delay equals the beginning of heartbreak. So you start overanalyzing texts, emojis, response times, blinking patterns, everything, because your brain hates uncertainty. And if it has to choose between silence or inventing a whole-ass conspiracy, it'll write fanfiction. 2. The fear of social rejection. Picture this. You send a text, nothing major, just a haha you're so funny lol. 5 minutes pass, then 30, then 2 hours, nothing, and suddenly your hands are sweaty, your chest feels empty, and your brain spirals into full social death mode. And you know it shouldn't hit this hard, but it does. Here's the thing, fear of rejection isn't just emotional drama, it's evolution. Your brain, the same one that once made stone tools and feared fire, still believes that being ignored means you're getting kicked out of the tribe. And back then, getting kicked out meant dying cold, alone, and eaten by a raccoon. Social anxiety isn't a personality flaw, it's prehistoric survival code hardwired into your limbic system. That's why it hurts when someone excludes you, why public speaking feels like stepping into a gladiator arena, why saying no feels like breaking a sacred law. That little scene on WhatsApp might as well be a rock to the face. We call it anxiety, but your brain calls it not dying alone in the rain. 3. The urge to eat when you're not even hungry. You just had dinner, you're full, and yet you walk past the kitchen, open the fridge, and there it is. A lonely strawberry yogurt whispering, "Adopt me." Why? Is it greed? ADHD? Self-sabotage? Just anxiety with toppings? Yes, but also evolution. Your body, same one that survived off roots and scraps of dead mammoth, is still wired to store calories like the world's ending tomorrow. Back then, you didn't know when your next meal was coming, so every snack was a lifeline. Now we've got Uber Eats, 24/7 grocery stores, and vending machines that take Apple Pay, but your brain's like, eat the yogurt, this could be your last chance. So yeah, you eat even when you're not hungry. You snack like there's no tomorrow, not because you're weak, but because you were built to survive, not count macros. 4. Hypervigilance. When everything's fine, but your brain says nope. You're in bed, it's dark, the house is silent, and suddenly, your brain decides it's the perfect moment to replay that horror movie you watched yesterday. There's no noise, no one's there, just you and that vague, creepy feeling that something is about to go terribly wrong. This, my friend, is hypervigilance, a lovely evolutionary gift that keeps on giving. It's like having an internal alarm that never checks if the emergency is real, just better safe than murdered. Back in the day, if you ignored a strange sound at night, that might have been the last dumb thing you ever did. Today, it's probably the cat, or the wind, or nothing, but your body still floods with cortisol, spikes your heart rate, and keeps you on high alert, just in case. You're not crazy, you're not paranoid, you're just rocking an ancient defense system that still thinks you live in a cave. 5. The urge to make everyone like you. You're in a group conversation. You have no idea what they're talking about, but still, you smile, you nod, you laugh at a joke you didn't even get. Then someone says, "I actually disagree," and your brain's like, was it me? Did I mess up? Do they hate me now? Am I getting kicked out of the group chat? This desperate urge to fit in, to be normal, to not be that person. It's not weakness, it's survival instinct, because back in the days of spears and bearskin, being disliked wasn't a confidence issue, it was a death sentence. If the tribe kicked you out, you lost food, shelter, protection, everything. So your body learned being liked equals staying alive. These days, your coworkers won't let you starve just because you didn't laugh at your boss's bad joke. But your nervous system didn't get the memo. So yeah, this irrational fear of being disliked, that automatic urge to people please, it's the emotional equivalent of a puppy wagging its tail, begging not to be abandoned. Even though today you can live alone, order sushi, and block toxic people like a boss, your brain is still out here begging for approval like you're stuck in the middle of the African savannah. 6. The urge to avoid conflict even when you're suffering. Your friend makes a passive-aggressive comment. Your partner forgets something important. Someone interrupts you 3 times in a meeting, and what do? I'm not gonna make a big deal. It's not that serious. Ugh, I don't have the energy to fight. So you swallow the anger, you chew it slowly, and store it somewhere deep in your chest, where it later turns into insomnia, anxiety, or mystery stomach cramps. This is called adaptive emotional inhibition. Your body learned to avoid conflict to keep group harmony alive, because harmony meant survival. That's why you soften your tone and keep quiet even when something hurts. But here's the problem. That forced harmony, it can create emotional burnout, anxiety, and toxic relationships. It's not a conscious choice. It's a reflex, like a dog lowering its head to avoid getting scolded. Hold on, I see you're not part of our tribe yet. Subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss a video. And if this hit a little too hard, drop a like so more people can find our weird little community where we explain why your brain does what it does. 7. The reflex to assume the worst. Just to be ready, you get a message that says, "We need to talk." Immediately, your brain starts speed running worst case scenarios. I messed something up. They're mad at me. I'm getting fired. My relationship is over. I'm gonna die alone with 4 cats and 97 unread notifications. This isn't drama. It's your ancient defense system kicking in. Your brain learned that it's better to imagine horrible outcomes and brace yourself than to be caught off guard and feel helpless. It's called the negativity bias. Basically, your brain runs a catastrophe generator in the background just in case. Back in the cave days, that was smart. What if there's a predator? What if that cave has a bear? What if that noise means danger? But now, that same system applies itself to emails, texts, and awkward voice notes. Your brain thinks, if I expect pain, maybe it'll hurt less. Spoiler, it doesn't. All you get is extra suffering over things that never even happen. 8. The fear of quitting something you've already started. You're stuck in a degree you hate, or a relationship that feels empty, or a project that drains you, but you keep going. Why? Because if you quit, it'll feel like you wasted all that time. Like giving up would mean failure, betrayal, or some kind of symbolic death. This is called the sunk cost fallacy, a cognitive glitch that makes you stick with something just because you've already invested time, effort, or energy into it. Where does this come from? Back in the day, wasting resources was a luxury our ancestors couldn't afford. If you already dug the well, you didn't abandon it. If you built the shelter, you stayed. But in modern life, that survival logic becomes emotional handcuffs. It keeps you tied to things that no longer serve you, out of fear of losing what you already gave. And here's the kicker. Your body literally experiences quitting as grief, even if it's the right decision. Why? Because your brain sees abandonment as loss, not freedom. So if you're feeling guilty for wanting to walk away from something that's draining you, well, it's not weakness. You're just fighting against thousands of years of evolutionary programming. If this video made you go, holy crap, now it all makes sense, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and ring the bell. Here, we validate your mental chaos with science, humor, and raw humanity. Your brain isn't broken, it's just weirdly built by evolution, shaped by fear, and fueled by strawberry yogurt at 2 a.m. See you in the next one.